Tennis has been around for centuries, but is the sport at risk of losing ground in the global sport landscape? Today we're diving into the economics of tennis, the rise of challenger sports, and ask the question, will tennis survive? Hey tennis fans, coming from an economics and finance background, this is a topic that I've been thinking about for quite some time, and a great thought experiment to break down and get your opinions on. There's been a lot of noise at the tour level about the threats to tennis in the past couple of years, so it's something we as a sport are going to have to wrestle with. Let's start with grassroots participation. According to the ITF's 2024 Global Tennis Report, tennis still commands a massive base of around 106 million players worldwide. But Padel has exploded, with the International Padel Federation estimating 30 million players and over 63,000 courts worldwide. Then we have pickleball, the fastest growing sport in the US with around 20 million players globally in 2024. So currently, tennis is still the global racket sport giant. However, Padel and pickleball are growing at a much faster rate, and trajectory in many ways is more important than current market share. The next big factor I wanted to explore is court size and land use. A tennis court measures almost 24 by 11 metres, and when you add proper runoff space, it takes up a huge footprint. By comparison, a paddle court is just 20 by 10 metres, enclosed in glass walls, so you don't need excess border. And a pickleball court, only 13 by 6 metres. In fact, you can fit up to 4 pickleball courts inside the space of one tennis court. What does this mean? For operators and councils, this efficiency translates into higher revenue potential per square metre. This, in my opinion, is the biggest economic threat facing tennis because market forces clearly give an opportunity advantage to paddle and pickleball. Now let's talk money. In Australia, public tennis courts average around $25 per hour for outdoor bookings. Paddle courts, because they require purpose-built structures, can cost between $45 and $95 per hour, depending on peak times. Pickleball in many cities is the cheapest option, with outdoor community courts available for an average of about $20 per hour. The same trend plays out globally. Tennis sits in the middle, paddle charges a premium, and pickleball undercuts everyone with lower entry costs. I'll come back to this point later on in the video because it's important. Now let's take a look at build and conversion economics. From an operator's perspective, building costs obviously matter. A brand new paddle court can cost between US $25,000 and $70,000, largely due to the glass and steel enclosures. Pickleball is far cheaper. New builds run similar to those of paddle, but the real disruption is in conversions. For as little as US $5,000, cities can paint pickleball lines and drop portable nets onto existing tennis courts, and that's exactly why so many local councils are repurposing tennis facilities for pickleball. Low cost, high throughput, and instant community uptake. Next, we'll look at utilisation and revenue potential. The economics don't stop at cost. Utilisation per booking is crucial. Tennis can be played singles or doubles, that's 2 or 4 paying players. But paddle and pickleball are almost always doubles. That means 4 players per court guaranteed. Combine that with smaller court sizes, and paddle and pickleball deliver significantly higher revenue per square metre than tennis. Not only that, but the cost per booking can be split up by double the amount of people if a tennis booking is for singles, creating a lower entry point per person on the consumer side. So what does this mean for tennis? Globally, tennis isn't disappearing. It still has more than 100 million players, a rich history, and major events with the 4 slams anchoring its identity. But at the local club level, the economics are shifting. Land is expensive, councils are under pressure to maximise participation, and emerging racket sports are offering cheaper, more social and more space-efficient alternatives. Padel is positioning itself as a premium sport, with stylish clubs and high booking fees. Pickleball is exploding in community parks with grassroots accessibility. Tennis finds itself squeezed in the middle, still king in tradition, but under economic pressure in participation and space allocation. So back to the billion-dollar question, will tennis survive? In my opinion, on a global scale, yes, but the economic challenges are real and dynamic. For the sport to thrive, clubs are going to need to adapt at the grassroots level. As much as I hate to say this, tennis clubs are going to need to offer consumers pickleball conversions to maximise revenue. This will encourage more private sector investment and take the pressure off membership revenue being the main income source of the club. It also brings new consumers in, and hopefully we can sell them tennis as the number one sport. I can certainly see a world where tennis and pickleball clubs are basically interchangeable, with padel in its own lane as a premium option. Now, most importantly, what do you guys think? Is tennis heading for a decline, or can it reinvent itself along with these challenger sports, as it certainly seems like they're here to stay? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the data, technique, and exclusive court level tennis footage. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.